All right. Look at this.
This is all fancy. Look at us. Looking over my shoulder at the monitor over there. Well, let's start off. Hello, and welcome to episode 29 of the Whiskey Podcast.
Now indoors and sound improved.
Yeah, now indoors with whole new gadgets, whole new setup. I'm calling this the Debuffed studio.
This is the Debuffed studio.
Oh, we may need a under construction sign, but look at how smexy this is. I mean, damn. It's like we kind of know what we're doing.
Well, we kind of learned from all the mistakes that we made over the past 28 episodes.
To learning from mistakes.
Yeah, plenty were made.
So, before we jump in on everything that's going on, what do we got drinking today?
I think we did do an Oban episode at one point in time. It might have been the 10-year-old. If we've done it again, so be it. This is the Oban 14. It's a personal favorite of mine, and it is the only scotch that my wife will drink. Mm-hmm. So.
And as we're christening the new Debuffed studio, we figure it was appropriate to go with some of our favorite.
Yeah, and speaking of christenings, I heard you got christened this morning, right before the cast.
I wouldn't call it christened. You know how when you're gaming and, you're going up against that enemy and you're like, get shit on, son? Well, my daughter did that to me. She shat on me. And it was a complete containment failure. I mean, the diaper lost all integrity. Biohazard was everywhere. Oh, and this happened while she was on my shoulders. So I'm emotionally scarred right now, but if you'd like to, support me, I'll be crying in the corner in the fetal position. As I keep crying, I can't get it off. I can't get it off. Oh, God, why? Oh, God, why?
The smell. It's the smell.
So, I mean, this was a bad enough one that both Mama and Grammy were, holding in vomit themselves as they were changing it. And I'm just, crying in the corner.
Well, they always tell you with parenting, it is not if you will get shit on someday, it is when. Mm-hmm. And I know you pretty much came through unscathed during her early years.
That's not true. We had some interesting ones. Mm-hmm. It seems when she's on my shoulders, her tendency to have those disaster diapers.
Right.
For those of you that are watching, you just saw Nate play with his brand new Rodecaster, which we're using to record live.
If you've been following along, we've been talking about doing upgrades to the production quality. One of that was this device right here. It's a Rodecaster Pro. I did a lot of research leading up to this, whether we wanted to or not, whether we wanted to do a Go XLR type setup or something to more professional, like a Yamaha board, or and everything I came across basically said you want to get this bad boy, and it does basically everything you want to do for podcasting, anything you want to do for audio production, and anything you want to do for streaming. And it's like $50 less than a Go XLR Pro.
Right.
So. And
it's a pretty sexy device, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
You can do Bluetooth interface with it. You can have your phone connected to it. Mm-hmm. It's like if we wanted, we could have Discord going through our phones and get people in here.
Yeah, it definitely makes getting interviews done. I also have the slider for, the USB input on it. So if we had a Skype call.
Mm-hmm. And it's got some pre-programmed sound alerts.
Yeah.
Can you give us an example? Yes.
A couple ice cubes for you.
Yay!
Yay! And the one that we found out this morning.
Yeah, my Ewoks Get to Work song.
Yeah, apparently she likes anything with buttons, so I turned the device on just so the lights would come on it and see what she would do, and she found...
Yeah, Gandalf sax.
And immediately wiggled and then ran over to my laptop and started typing on the keys. And then when the song ended, she walked back over and said, more? So I hit it again. And she immediately wiggled a little bit, ran back over to my keyboard and started typing some more. So apparently Gandalf Sax meme song is
Get to Work.
Get to Work song.
Yeah. I mean, everyone has their own way, but if you've got it, work it. To paying for college.
But yeah, so that was one of the things we've been working on. Again, we moved inside because, California, 100 and fuck all.
Yeah, and still in here, we've got the AC on. We've got a swamp cooler fan, local AC thingy running. And we're down to, with that, all the equipment, some lights on, about 78 degrees.
77, 78. Hold on.
Right. Oh, we're at 76. Nice. It's bearable in here.
Yep.
And as you're seeing from the video quality, we're going through HDMI to a cam link. So, thankfully it's not trying to track Nate's face anymore, which I was doing all yesterday while we were testing it out. But this is pretty sexy.
Yeah. Definitely with the cam link, we don't have to deal with the Discord lag issues. This will eliminate the audio drift I was dealing with editing.
Well, that's the cool thing. For those that, one of the other major benefits of this board is it records locally to the board itself.
Right. Full multi-track everything. There's 14 channels on this device. Basically all the 4 mic channels that are mono. The 3 input channels that are stereo, and then anything else you want to put into it. So it records all those at once. It dumps it onto the SD card. So if for whatever reason, like what happened 2 episodes ago, everything overheated and shit the bed and shut down, I don't lose my files anymore.
And we'll be testing this, but this may very well be a podcast in a bag kit that we could almost take anywhere.
Yep. Yeah, this device does not need a computer. It needs mics and power. So.
Fun.
Yeah.
So we've got a number of other things going on with the studio. We've officially commissioned Dizzy Designs to start working on new Debuffed Dad overlays.
Yeah.
As well as some of the custom content we're going to be starting to produce in the near future.
Correct.
Which we keep talking about. We just, need the pieces together to make it work. And this was one of the major steps done and out of the way.
Right.
But, moving on to the family life, what's been the most exciting part about the last week? All the girls are back at school.
Yes, they are.
So the wives, the teachers are back, and all 3 girls are in daycare.
Must be nice for you.
And I work from home, and it's been quiet. Literally, the dog, I think, has Stockholm Syndrome because she just wanders around moping and whining because there's no one to chase her around.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, it's like you get spoiled by having everyone at home. Anytime you need something, hey, can someone...
She might end up losing weight at this point because no one's dropping food for her. It's really weird.
Yeah, what's funny is to you, this is the greatest thing in the world. Everyone's out of the house, and you don't have you have until basically 4:00 every day.
Yeah.
To yourself. I don't notice a difference because I wake up before everyone does anything, anyways.
Yeah, and you work
off,
not in the house, so. And you've been doing that this entire time.
Yeah.
No, don't give me that. That just means your entire family ends up over here. Last night while we're setting up, your youngest came in here, looks around and goes, "Where's Auntie Bear's desk?" I'm like, "Oh, she brought it into the classroom." And she just looks around and goes, "There's so much room.
Right?
And it's so clean."
Although we will not pan the camera over to that corner of the room.
That's the disaster corner. And the one that's strategically out of the visibility of all 4 cameras that are in here.
Oh, geez, yeah. Yeah, so that was the other thing is because we have this rig set up, you now have a 2 PC stream setup.
I do have a 2 PC stream set up. And, that means I can actually work and have the other PC rendering the content that we're doing rather than, render and go for a walk, which who wants to do that in 100-degree weather?
Right.
Let's do that, period, honestly.
So, yeah, that was, again, we've been talking about it, and we've actually been doing it, and this is kind of the fruits of that labor. Mm-hmm. And I hope it sounds excellent to everyone.
Yeah. If there's anyone out there that, can let us know in real time.
But, yeah, we extensively tested this, and, I'm thrilled with it.
Yeah. Well, this is exciting. Mm-hmm. We're definitely excited to see how this goes. And we did hit the record button on the video, right?
Probably not.
Probably not. I guess Twitch will give me a VOD at worst.
You want to... Hold on. Let me check real quick.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, I'll check.
Yeah, but it's pointless now. This is why we can't have nice things. It's because literally... It is recording. There we go. Mazel tov. All right.
At least you know what you have to work with at this point. Mm-hmm.
The one thing that, Nate Foo's got going for him is his ADHD causes him to hyperfocus. So if you put any kind of challenge in front of him, like yesterday, I'm like, I got a meeting, so we can't start working on the studio yet. Hey, the Google Nest isn't working. Can you look into that? I didn't see him for like an hour.
Right. Going back and forth with the Google Nest support, only to find out that, we had the first thing you sent us was the serial number of the device, the make and model of the device. Mm-hmm. And it took an hour of going through troubleshooting tips for them to go, it's out of warranty. Sorry.
Yep. God bless them, every one of them.
What was super frustrating is it's a well-known issue with the Nest where just the Wi-Fi chip goes. And it's only the Wi-Fi chip. Apparently, your thermostats, the other thermostats we have in the house, still connect to it.
Really?
Which is a bonus. It just won't auto-switch. So for your information...
Good to know.
At night, just go ahead and manually switch it to the kids' room.
Mm-hmm. That's very good to know. Because it's been hot.
Yeah.
So what else we have? So we were talking about the girls all going back. Mm-hmm. How's that been working out in your household?
Again, no different.
Uh-huh.
I get off work. I come home. I sit and chill for about a couple hours.
Still, you didn't have those couple hours before, unless you were, purposely avoiding us.
Well, I did because typically everyone was here, so I'd go sit at home for a couple hours.
You send them over here. That's true.
I don't send them over here. They come here.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it is kind of nice because of the way this whole pandemic has worked out. I've actually switched back to teletherapy again.
Nice.
So yeah, I need having that quiet time and not having someone on the other side of the door. It's very nice.
Yeah. Speaking of other side of the door, the girls are yelling on the other side of the door. So I'll be interested to see once we play this recording back if it's been eliminated or reduced.
Right.
Because of these new Rode podcast microphones. If there's enough interest, I have no problem putting out like a list of everything that we bought here and, for people to buy on their own.
Definitely itemized list.
We'll even do the Amazon link so it goes directly to it. Maybe we'll monetize into affiliate.
You can't buy this on Amazon.
Oh. What is this, Best Buy?
This was a Best Buy purchase.
Wow. There we go.
So, yeah, the few that we find were from audio shops that happen to have an Amazon store. Mm-hmm. And they were at full markup, which I believe this device at full markup is $850. Mm-hmm. The mics themselves, I don't care if you have a Rode Procaster or not. If you need a good stream or podcast mic, these bang for your buck, $100. Yeah, and that's not with a markdown. That is $100.
Yeah, and Harris Heller's been reviewed them, and okay, you're going to lose some sound quality if you're doing music with them. We're not doing music with them.
Yeah, these won't replace your
keep your Shures,
SMB
7s or SM7s or whatever they're called.
But if you're going to try to do a road bag or, you want to bring other people in, guests into your studio, these are the ones to get.
Yeah, no, this is a pretty sexy device. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I'm pretty impressed with it.
And then let's see. We have PAX coming up.
We do have PAX coming up.
That's probably going to be in the next 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. And you had already planned to go before they even announced that they were going to be going.
Yes. Well, because of the 2020 pandemic, that's now in its sequel.
Search for more pandemic.
My wife, the search for more, for more victims. My wife usually does a spring break Washington, D.C. trip for her class. Mm-hmm. That's just something they've done every year. And because of the pandemic, that got canceled. But the plane tickets and everything had already been purchased. So she ended up with a bunch of credits that had to be used by 2021. Mm-hmm. So we had already made plans to go up to the Seattle area. I have family up there at some point during this year. And when PAX West we still don't know. It could still be canceled, but it was supposed to happen over Labor Day weekend. And it's like, if we don't buy the tickets now, we're going to lose them. So I said, well, it's a 3-day weekend already.
Right.
Take a couple extra days off. If that's fine by you, we can go up over Labor Day weekend. And if PAX happens, I can be there and I don't have to expense my room and board and travel back to Guardians MH. So,
yeah, because you're going for, if you go to PAX, it'll be with Guardians MH.
Correct.
So not just for your own benefit. Right.
So it was two birds, one stone. If PAX for whatever reason falls out and it doesn't happen, we've still got a family vacation that we're going up there. So yeah, it was easy for me to book the tickets and just go and then let everyone else know, hey, you know what? I'm going to be there. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But
I got you. It's all good, I think.
Definitely a couple of bucket list items up while we're up there. Definitely, it'd be nice to meet up with the crew face to face that I've worked with now for almost 2 years.
I'd never seen in person.
I'd never seen in person other than on a video screen. Mm-hmm. And we're going to probably at some point in time visit the Bungie studio, even if it's, stand out in front of it and take a nice selfie with it.
Right.
I think Joe wants to do some lewd things to the Saint 14 statue. I'm not sure.
No comment.
There may be a strong chance that I come back with some sort of new ink on my person.
Either that or a restraining order. So. Either that or a restraining order.
Yeah.
So we're giving you a heads up, Bungie. I apologize in advance. Remember, it's a good cause. You like us.
Right. So yeah, we got PAX coming up, which again, it's the 14th now. In 2 weeks will be the 21st. So yeah, it'll be right in the off.
Way to timestamp me. Way to timestamp me.
Yeah. I can edit.
I don't do that in the video. Everyone gets to see your butt as you walked by the camera. And now it's in higher than normal focus. People could actually zoom in and see the cat hair on your shirt.
Yes, that is one downside to the new setup. Mm-hmm. I actually have to, take care of my appearance.
Just let it go, like me. Look. This stomach right here. My wife tells me I shouldn't slouch. I'll look thinner. So I sit up and I still look as fat.
Although the black shirt is working for you today. Definitely do not wear white.
Right.
It is not
Labor Day especially. Shit. What else has been going on? No, work for me, dude. So it's been nice the girls go back, but last Saturday, I get a text at 10 a.m. from my boss. Hey, how would you be interested in another IR at work? And I was just like, dude, come on.
Yeah, they happen, and they happen.
Literally, we
they
hired
happen fast.
a new
Yeah.
VP of incident response and managed detection and response, who starts on the 25th.
Right.
And I'm like, can't they just wait to like get hacked for 2 more weeks? That'd be great.
That'd be great.
So we've been dealing with that. Dude, I don't know, across the board, at work, I understand the chaos here, but just everyone I've talked to, it has been a weird ass week. Mm-hmm. People have been like, high tension, high strung, super aggressive, and what's the word? Not antagonistic, but like just
Aggro.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, it was to the point that, several people I know, both my company, people I know outside of work, whatever, are like, I just kind of want to call it quits. Like, I don't know what's triggered people.
Right.
Like, dude, I felt the tension. I was there myself to a degree, but like, what happened?
Yeah, and it's like across the board, even to our gaming space. I don't know. Like, was Mercury in retrograde or something? I
don't know. Maybe it's the heat wave. We're all smoking something that lit on fire in another state, and it's wafting down to us.
And speaking of other fun stuff, my company is being bought out.
Oh. Hey, I've heard a bit about this, but why don't you let our amazing viewers and sponsors, which none of those exist, know what you're talking about?
Well, I have to be a little vague on it, hence, else I absolutely dox myself. But, I do work in the aerospace industry, and if you want to do the footwork and you can figure out who I'm talking about and who the players are. Because of the turn down of the 2020, again, the panini, as I've heard it called.
The panini?
Sales and products they just weren't shipping, and so the value of the businesses that weren't the elites, the Boeings of the world, were just dying under the weight of planes just not flying. So that put us in a position to potentially have hostile takeovers, and we had someone come in from Ohio and put in a pretty substantial bid, and the company accepted it. So, I'll be working for a different company probably in about a year, assuming someone doesn't get me a job with their company before that happens.
Dude, I'm working on it. Legitimately, there might be an opportunity sooner rather than later.
But yeah, that was the scary thing. And it's like, and that's all fine and good. We actually, the company I work for now, bought the company I hired on 17 years ago. So we've been through a merger takeover. We've gobbled up other companies along the way and brought them into the brand.
And that's how it works.
That's how it works. Yeah, it's mergers and acquisitions, M&As. And so this is just another one of those. The funny screwy part of that was a third party who also happens to be in Ohio, who basically has made their name on M&As and not actually doing anything about the businesses, came in with a snipe bid and outbid the existing offer by about $500 million.
Oh, is that all?
That's all.
Chump change.
Which the company I work for now is not taking that seriously at all, because they know that the kind of the predatory aspect of this other acquirer.
Sounds right.
But what that is going to do is it's going to throw the regulatory boards into a tizzy, because they're going to go, "What, this guy offered you $500 million more. Why are you not taking it? What backdoor deals do you have with your existing bidder? Do we need to look into? Is there insider trading? Is there all sorts of other nonsense?" Right? So it's just...
That's the way the game is played, unfortunately. Right. And a lot of them will do that on purpose.
Yeah, it's an unsolicited offer, and they went, "Oh, you're doing this? Cool. We're never going to actually do this, but let's drop a, $9.6 billion into the kitty and just go, now what?"
And then because of the regulations, the value will drop in public. And
Yeah, especially when the home base of my company isn't actually even in the United States.
Right.
It's a UK-based company. So again, you want to do your homework, you can figure out who all the players are I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. For those of you who are wondering, Nate Foo's social security number is... No, seriously, there's a whole... You're just playing with the buttons now.
I will mute you so hard.
I don't even know my wife's social security number. You think I know yours? I'll occasionally have to look mine up because I'll forget it from time to time.
No, that is one curse of mine, that I do remember numbers well past when I need to. Mm-hmm. Like at some point in time, I finally forgot the my Windows 98 activation key. That used to be buried in here.
Yeah,
it actually was my password for a while, because it's like, choose a complex password with numbers and letters, and I'm like, okay, I know the Windows 98 OEM installation key. That is my password. Good luck figuring that one out. Yeah. You know, random word generator.
I'm going to be very interested to see what of your perks or specific ADHD elements your daughters pick up. Because I don't know about you, but I kind of think that, you know, I might need to take one of them with me to count cards in Vegas or something.
Yeah, might be beneficial. Because no one's
Wookiee.
No one's going to arrest an 8-year-old. They may wonder why she's sitting at the blackjack table, but
right, sitting there with her own drink.
It's a Shirley Temple. You can picture it, right?
I can.
That's the problem.
And your, current oldest being like, "What? This is totally normal."
Yeah. Oh, this girl can spin a yarn like it's nobody's business. Like at this point, she's combining stories because she's getting bored with her books. So now we're getting Pinkalicious and the dinosaurs that are being chased by Nibbles.
I thought it was Dino Trucks because apparently...
Well, there's that, right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, Pete the cat comes in and saves the day with the help of the Octonauts. And I'm going, I don't even know what stories you're pulling from at this point.
Right. I haven't watched all these shows. Dude, as long as it's not fucking Ryan, we're good.
Oh, my gosh. That's still the one that, if I could recommend one thing to any parent that hasn't gotten to a TV age child yet, do not let them get into Ryan.
For the love of God.
For the love of God. Now, I will say, as he has gotten older, the content has gotten better, but there is so much stuff that is just mindless drivel.
Which, kids to a certain degree like, because, hey, there's this kid playing with toys. I want to play with that toy. How do they like it? And that's kind of all the YouTube industry.
Right.
But at the same time, don't. Mm-hmm. I don't need to see the same episode for the 4th time.
Let them watch hamsters.
Hamster mazes are apparently the next big thing, and we totally missed out. We could have had, one of those things going ourselves. But no, like the hamster industry, big hamster, is going to be taking over the airwaves, apparently.
Oh, my.
Programming our kids to all want hamsters with giant custom mazes.
Yeah, the amount of production that goes into some of these. I'm going to personally shout out Major Hamster, I believe it is, who does green screen effects. He has some semblance of puppeteering involved in his mazes. Well done, sir. Mm-hmm. Like that is next level stuff. And and then you got these ones that are like, oh, I have this Lego board that I just put blocks on and let the hamster run through. And then there's one that was,
hey, it's a start. You start with what you've got.
And then there's one that he wants to be Major Hamster, but he's kind of rough and mean to his hamsters. Like, it's one thing to have things that are spinning and twirling, and it's another one to
crush it.
Right, to make sure the hamster gets in the middle of it first, and then, at the end of a power drill, spin the thing around until it gets dizzy, and then let it go, and then go, ha-ha, no, don't be mean to your animals. You know, at least Major Hamster, it's like, oh, this, you know, the rock is crushing it, and it goes, squish, right?
Right.
This guy is like, you know, like when you see the hamster flinch, you're too rough.
Yeah. Although I want to point out, I personally think we need to take a stand against monetizing pets and children. Don't you?
Nope. Nope. That's what we have them for. They cost us a ton of money, pets and children.
We need to put them through college somehow.
Right.
Pets
I
as
mean,
well.
at least we're not doing the Britney Spears method. I'm not capitalizing on their fame.
Right.
I'm just using them to further my fame.
Exactly.
There's a difference.
And all this goes back into, you know, feeding them and giving them the life that...
You heard she got that the daddy got off the conservatorship, right?
Yeah, he's over that?
Yep. They finally kicked him out. Yay! Yep.
Wrong button.
There we go.
Yay. You have way too much fun with this board now.
Maybe. Oh, boy. But yeah, that's like... Nothing new coming out of the Activision Blizzard thing yet.
No, we're seeing a lot of people trying desperately to move past it while others are like, no, you still got to address it.
Right.
In the Destiny world, we've got 10 days until next season and
Crossplay.
Witch Queen and crossplay and all that happiness.
That's the one I'm looking forward to the most. It's just... I actually don't even care that much about the game anymore. I haven't played.
I haven't signed in like 2 seasons.
Yeah. No, you signed in last season at some point in time. But yeah, like I did the first 2 weeks of Solstice, and then I was just like, I checked out.
Yeah. And a lot of people are doing that. And
Right.
I love Destiny. I love what Bungie's done. It's a great story, and I love that they've learned from it and continue to grow from it. Mm-hmm. But I just don't have the time to play for it.
Right.
And for all the people that are bitching about, oh my God, it's too much of a casual game now, where we want it all hardcore. I'm sorry. I don't see casual people playing all that much anymore.
Right.
You know, you're either hardcore and in it, all the time, and it's a full-time job.
Well, because
or you're not involved
the way
in it.
they've been telling the stories has been episodic. If you're not, if you miss a week, you may lose part of the story, or you may not have enough time to catch up at the end because you can't consume it. You can't binge watch a Destiny season anymore.
Right. Yeah, and I'm just still surprised that Savathun is, currently the Cade 6's chicken. I mean, that was the biggest reveal for me, and I caught that online. So,
Yay, Reddit spoiling everything for us.
Those data miners and
Yeah, I've been loosely keeping up with the story to know that that's absolute bullcrap.
No, and not going to talk spoilers, but Bungie, one thing I like about them is they have legit evolved as storytellers.
Right.
And they're leading you down a path, I think, with this last season's story that's trying to implicate one person specifically. And everything in me tells me, no, I think they are a lot better writers than that. And this is a false flag, red herring type thing. And we're going to see something that's going to be that much more of a shock, that much more divisive, and that much more of an impact to the larger community story that's evolving.
Right. And there's this most recent week with the, what did they call it? They gave this part of the season drawing a blank on the name.
The bad person?
No, it was supposed to. They did the season, they did the solstice, and then
An epilogue.
epilogue. Thank you.
There
That's
we
the
go.
word I was looking for. Jesus. Yeah, the epilogue story. There was a couple of interesting reveals in there with a certain character showing up as dead. That was very sus the entire time. There's another character that was already sus the entire time, and so now. Who's the big bad? We were told that Savathun walks among the city. So there are a lot of people that theorized it was Lakshmi. Another set of people that theorized that it's Osiris.
And
Lakshmi
the way they
shows
set it
up, no longer Lakshmi.
Yeah.
So, like, I have theories that are wackadoo, tinfoil hat. Mm-hmm. We'll see if they come true.
But, I think that's also part of the fun of what they've been telling. I don't know if
yeah.
you saw this morning or if it was yesterday, but on Twitter this morning, I saw a number of streamers had received, it looks like music boxes from Bungie.
Oh, really?
With notes that said, play this on stream.
Was it Savathun's song?
It wasn't the song. I didn't catch what it was.
Oh, okay.
But it was just like, I love when they bring it kind of into the, real world and play the game with it because, that's one of the things. And, Bungie, I think, does a good job with the community. I'd still say the best community engagement of all games out there right now is still Warframe.
Sure.
And what they do. But, Bungie does a fantastic job of telling the story, engaging with the community, even when it's toxic as fuck.
Right.
And...
Oh, did you see the most recent one where they're doing a giveaway and Cosmo basically said, we took all the safeguards off on the Reddit thread.
Uh-huh.
You have 12 hours to enter into this giveaway by shitposting. Well done.
Uh-huh. Well, I love what some of the people have done. Like, the voice actors actually play the game. Mm-hmm. And the, developers and community people actually enjoy it.
Right.
And honestly, I know a number of streamers, myself included, that have just muted certain words because I don't care about the drama that's going into it. I've got too many other important things to do with my life.
Yeah.
But that's just me. Such important things like the Debuffed studio.
Oh my gosh.
What else we got going for us?
I don't know, other than a little ASMR.
Mm-hmm. Give me more, Daddy.
Let me get a couple ice cubes. Mm-hmm. Hit the be right back screen.
All right, we'll be right back. I'm not editing this out either, so.
No, that's fine.
You want anything from Burger King?
Not really.
Your wife
Large
is there,
onions.
apparently.
Here, I'll let that way she knows who it's coming from.
I said, Nate says large onion rings.
Yep, that works for me.
All right. Should we go back to the main screen for this?
Sure.
And we're back.
Yay, testing out new toys.
Yeah, so we actually have the streaming rig connected through Touch Portal. And for whatever reason, there's one button that the text isn't centering.
Stop it. Why do you got to do this to
And
me?
it's aggravating Nate to no end because on the computer it looks fine. On the tablet, it's literally causing anxiety.
Show the camera.
And I'll show the camera real quick. As you can see, the main button right there, is floating at the top, and there's no rhyme or reason why it's doing it. It fits perfectly fine. It's not too large. It's just literally doing it to piss Nate off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, to technology, I salute you.
Sometimes tech just drives me batty to no fucking end.
Uh-huh. But we got to keep it interesting, right?
Right.
All right. So any more fun things the girls are doing? I don't know. All of them are swimming now. Or were swimming before school started back. But they are so freaking tan.
Oh, yeah.
It's ridiculous how tan all three of them are.
Yeah, we always, my oldest is the exception. She's got more of my Southeast Asian Indonesian skin tone. So she gets a little more brown than the other two, but it like, I always forget that our girls have that Middle Eastern Ashkenazi heritage in them. So they're not prone to burn as well. And when they get brown,
get dark.
They get that, but they get that olive brown.
And what's fun is my daughter in particular is she's chunky. You know, she's definitely getting ready to grow again, and she's got some rolls on her. And so, if, like, she extends her arm, for example, the inside of her elbow is like
a tan
white.
line. Yeah.
And then the rest of her is tan. I'm like, oh, that's what your skin looks like normally. Okay, cool.
It's like me when I go palms up, right?
But she's a trip. She's developed so much personality, even on top of everything the last 2 weeks. She now walks around with a blanket that was gifted to us by family friends and a stuffed orca killer whale that they got at SeaWorld. And anytime she, you know, is getting ready to lay down or getting up from nap or bedtime, she has to have them with her. And I'm like, oh, so you're a blankie girl. Like, she doesn't need them. Like, it's just, that's her preference. This is what she wants, and that's what she enjoys. And she will let you know what's going on.
Yeah, she's been very vocal about, like, even with playing with the board here today. It was just like, more, right, or whatever.
And for an 18-monther, she has quite the vocabulary. It's kind of insane.
I do believe she looked at you after she, you know, defecated all over you and said, poop.
Yep. No, she had Grammy clean her up while I was, you know, fetal position crying in the corner. And, you know, Grammy's like, did you poop? And she goes, poop. But no, she gets it. She gets eat. She gets more.
Yeah.
No and yes. And like, she distinctly understands what we're saying now, which is insane.
That's like, we're losing the ability to spell things out now.
Well, for your girls, yeah. My girl, she's not at the spelling phase yet, thankfully. But like, she's got...
But she's
over
learning the words now,
at
right?
this point.
Yeah. She's learning the words. Like when you say it's lunchtime and it's like eat, and you're like, oh, you put the two and two together.
Yeah.
I said lunch, you said eat.
And just before we started recording and podcasting today, she was tired today. She had 2 good poops and, you know, went out for breakfast and all that fun, and she just passed out on me.
Right.
And so we put her down for an early nap. She woke herself up because she was hungry. And hopefully she goes back and finishes her nap because it was not long enough.
Doesn't sound like it.
Probably not, because that's our life.
And then, of course, my youngest, I don't think she went down for a nap either.
Yeah, it means it'll be on my plate to do, huh? Okay. Yay. Yeah, for whatever reason, I can get the 2 youngest girls to fall asleep.
Here we go.
Relatively easy, but...
And I get them all evening tonight.
Yeah, I get mine all evening, too. She'll be going to sleep at 7.
Mine won't be.
No. Oh, come on. They're a little sniffly. They should get some Tylenol PM or something.
Yeah, maybe a little melatonin.
Right.
I don't advocate for drugging your children, but every now and then it is absolutely appropriate and necessary.
I still love the parody commercial that went out for sleepy time or nap time meds or something like that.
Oh, I don't think I caught this.
Oh, I'll have to find it for you. This went out like a decade ago, and it was making fun of the like natural sleep aids and things like that for kids. And it's like, you know, a doctor looks and reviews the ingredients and goes, "This is just chloroform."
Oh my gosh!
Right? But it's like, we finally get some time to ourselves. It's quiet. And like they literally have like images of the parents taking a rag and putting it over the kids' faces, and they just pass out. And like, they're so cute when they're asleep. But yeah, no. The one amazing thing about my daughter is she's a good sleeper. So.
Yeah, I think you thoroughly learned from our mistakes on getting that sleep schedule down.
Well, we got the schedule down, but besides that, like, she lets us know when she's ready for things.
Oh, so did ours. We just didn't know better.
Right. Touche.
Yeah.
But Yeah, so we've got the girls because right now, Mama Bear is at her classroom prepping as much as she can last minute before students show up on Monday. And then tonight, our wives' cousin is having a baby shower. So since we weren't able to find anyone to watch the girls because everyone who typically will be at this baby shower. We've got the girls tonight. So good news is we don't have to go to a baby shower and wear masks the entire time. Bad news is we have to corral the girls for 4 hours.
Am I doing that here or am I going home with them?
I believe you're going home.
Oh, thanks.
Well, at some point, your wife needs to go home to get ready for everything. And then Bubby, their grandmother, is going to be coming here. And then all of them are traveling together in one vehicle.
Wow. Okay. I mean, it makes sense.
I just work here.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And at some point in time after we wrap this, I got to wrap all this up and make sure I get it home because I've got
another podcast tonight, don't you?
Yeah.
Hi, Tim.
Who's not in chat harassing us this week.
Right. No, I had great content last time from that.
Yeah. It's a shame I edited most of it out.
All right. Yeah, we'll keep it as B-roll or something. I don't know. I'm using all these fancy terms like I know what we're talking about.
No,
I didn't really. Shutter speed are going to.
I didn't really edit out a lot of it, but yeah, there was a lot of side chatter in last week's that got chopped out. But yeah, no. Again, we encourage anyone in chat to
and call us out
questions.
on it. Yeah. The nice thing about our Discord is we've got a few people in there, but it turns into great conversations.
Yeah,
and I'm excited to start one of our newest rounds of things this Wednesday. I'm committing to it no matter what. So hopefully you are too. It's going to be Parents After Bedtime.
Oh, yay.
And it's going to be Nate Fu and I, as well as two of our friends who are, a married couple that also have 2 kids of their own. And we're going to actually play Gloomhaven and just talk without there being other kids around.
Right.
And it's going to be amazing. And we can't do it in person because, And
I will sound the best of all of you because all of this equipment is coming home with me.
Then you're going to be editing all of that audio for us?
No, maybe. Yeah. Yes.
Could be.
Could be. I don't know how much I'd have to edit. Like, that's going to be raw, off-the-cuff stuff.
We'll see how it goes. I expect top quality, your best men working on it. Your top men.
I just buy better equipment, so I have to work harder. Don't have to work as hard.
You see, it's working, smarter, not harder. And I'm all for that. And that's where I want to get with our workflows eventually. And that's why we've gotten some amazing talent to do our new stuff.
Yes.
Shout outs to, the Dizzies.
Yeah, shout out to the Dizzies. They,
I had Lady Bugger do my personal stuff.
Right.
And that's going well.
And then you had Young Con do the...
Young Con did the Debuffed logo.
Yeah.
So we're getting a lot of talent in the space that's helping us put this together. Now we have to actually follow through and do it. By the way, if anyone out there is a WordPress developer or knows someone who might be interested in helping us take a look at the Debuffed Dad site.
And no, the answer is not Fiverr. We've heard that 1,000 times. Yeah. And we actually did...
I have used Fiverr before, and I'm okay with some of them.
Right.
Let me know. We'd be down for it. Because, again, we're not doing this necessarily for financial gain, but we'd like to at least put out a more professional, consistent push that makes the quality of our content higher and, potentially more valuable overall and reduces the amount of time we have to do things. Because, yay, the kids are in school. Boo, that means the times that we're off also is the times they're off. So.
Right. No, I'm hoping that, once your workflow improves a little bit, that, this time home spent alone when you've got, an hour or so to kill in between calls and meetings and whatnot, you'll be able to get on and do stuff.
Yeah, well, I can get off as well, but that's a different story entirely. But having a separate computer that can render is
Right.
huge. You know, because that means I don't have to interrupt work. I don't have to interrupt anything else and still have work being
Right.
done on multiple things. And then who knows? Maybe we'll create a Debuffed Dad series of courses on how to survive parenthood. It'll be hosted, first as a, in case of a parenting incident,
It
get
takes
under your desk.
a lot of money.
And
good
that's just
village.
a therapy budget. Yeah.
A good village. And then more money.
Yeah, I mean, right now we've got a therapy fund that we're putting together. We've got a laser hair removal fund because look at me, I'm Chew Data for a reason.
And again, as stated earlier, the wives are of Middle Eastern descent. So,
Right. So that
I got
stiff
lucky.
upper lip is not just from me.
Yeah, I got lucky enough to put a lot of my Asian genetics into it, and we don't get hairy,
Yeah.
and we don't age until
they,
we get old.
Did they have a little Asian in them? Did they want a little Asian in them?
No,
No.
no.
No. But yes.
Yay!
You're having way too much fun with this board. So. I don't know.
I think
anything
that's-
we want to wrap up with? As I spill all over myself? I have a drinking problem, airplane style. So, what else we got?
I think we're good for this week.
All right, well, I'm going to throw this out there for everyone. Once all of our new designs are up and we've got everything together, we want you guys as the community to kind of give us a hand. And we want to make sure you guys get rewarded for that. So we'll be hosting some custom giveaways to help spread the word of Debuffed Dad, the Whiskey Podcast, and other things. So stay tuned. Keep active with us. Don't do anything we would because, well, you end up with kids most likely.
I was going to say, yeah, my old boss used to tell me, don't do anything I wouldn't do, and if you do, name it after me.
Right. So,
So shout out to my old boss that my daughter is named after. I'm kidding.
yeah. Why is your old boss named Bruhilda? I don't know, but
Why is my daughter named Dick?
yeah. I had a teacher for a while named Dick Block.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. That was his name. There's nothing wrong with it. And he's an amazing guy. Just very unfortunate that that's how he wanted us all to call him.
It couldn't
In
be,
college.
It couldn't be any worse than the NASCAR driver Richard Trickle.
Well, on
And then,
that stunning news.
Yeah.
Coming to you live from the Debuffed studio and episode 29 of the Whiskey Podcast. I'm Chew Data.
I am Nate Fu.
And Ching.